We all must have a signature speech, because without it, we're doing all of these different speeches, and it's going to be hard for us to really perfect and be great at a single one that's powerful. We want to make sure that we can leave an impression and an impact on that audience. And the best way to be able to do that is to have a minimum of at least one. And when I say minimum, I'm not even saying you should have more than one, but have at least one that you have perfected. It's like a comedian. A comedian, they write different jokes, but if you ever speak to any comedian or any good comedian, they have one set, and they go to all of these different comedy clubs and they perform this one set. I got one friend, he's been a comedian for at least 7-8 years. And I've really only heard him do one set. Anytime I've listened to him, right? So he has like one set that he just perfected, because it's not just about the words. It's about, you got to perfect the tone. You got to perfect the tone of voice. We've done previous, we've done previous sessions on that, right? Previous coaching sessions, right? Speaker rehearsals on that. So inflections, tone of voice, examples, you're going to constantly be making sure that you're using the best examples in it, making sure that your principles are the best, making sure that your intro is the best. Yeah, how you end it is powerful. So you want to have one that you can perfect. Now, that doesn't mean if somebody wanted you to talk about something specific that you couldn't go do that. But what I'm saying is have one in the can that you can literally, that you've practiced and that you can go out and you can do. All right. So this is an acronym. It's called signature. Write it down on your sheets. Signature. Okay. And let's see. Let's kind of move me over here. All right. All right, cool. Let me know when y'all done. Just kind of look up at me and let me know when you're done writing that down. All it is signature. Okay. And I created this way because I wanted this to be memorable for you, right? This is your signature speech. We can all remember signature. I got that written down. Yes, yes. All right, perfect. All right, so let's get into it, and then we'll open it up if you have any questions. All right, and we'll take questions for the rest of the time. So the very first thing when you get on stage, when you're speaking, first thing you want to do is you want to write this down. Simple. Say thank you. Say thank you. Okay, it's the very first thing you want to do. Is you want to say thank you. Thank the audience. Thank the host for bringing you on. Right? So if you see me do a speech, I'll say, you know what? I want to thank so and so just for bringing me here and allowing me to add value to y'all. And I really want you to thank yourselves and actually give it up for yourselves. Yeah, give it up. Thank you for coming out here on a Saturday morning, learning about yourself, learning about this topic. You know, because there's most people that's still turning over in their bed right now, but you decided to come out. You decided to make this, to invest in yourself so you can learn about this. So shout out to y'all. Give it up for yourselves. So I'll always start with a thank you. If you're the type of person that's like nervous getting in front of people, what that's going to do to your brain when they give you that applause is that, or when they agree with you and you see them nod in their head, is like, oh wow, like it's not me versus them. Because sometimes you may feel like it's me versus them and they criticizing me, but they're not. You know, we all here, don't we all here want to see people do well when they're on stage? Right? We want to see people do well, right? Doesn't it make you cringe if somebody's like on stage and like, it seems like they're bombing or they're too nervous? It's like, you got this, come on. Right? You know what I mean? So if we're like that with other people, trust and believe other people are like that with us. So there's no need to be nervous. You already did the work at this point. If you're doing a speech at this point, you already did the work, because your speech should be some derivative of the principles in your coaching program and what you coach and train people on, right? May not always be 100%, right? But if you're going out actively looking for engagements, realize that it should be some derivative of what you do. And if it is some derivative of what you do, you're going to be comfortable with it. All right. So that's the saying thank you. Okay. So that's the first one. Next is intro with power. Intro with power. Intro with power. And let me know, can y'all see this or it's too small? They're good? Okay. Intro with power. Coach T, intro. What do you mean? Coach, so when you're doing an introduction, you want to capture people's attention immediately. So you never know why people are there, or maybe they feel like they shouldn't be there, or whatever the case is. Your goal is you want to be able to capture attention immediately. So that could look like anything from starting off with a quote. It can be anything starting off with statistics. Did you know that, X percentage of people who, deal with trauma, are, liable to be more suicidal? You feel what I'm saying? It could be whatever it is, but if you start with something like a statistic or something, they might be like, oh, what? Wait, let me pay attention to what's going on here. Greeting. And then put in parentheses ABC framework. Greeting, and then ABC framework. ABC framework. I help A do B so that C. I help A do B so that C. I help people build online coaching businesses so that they could make the impact in the world and generate six figures. N is needs and goals. Needs and goals. So we got, at this point, we have to start connecting with people in our speech. We have to be connecting with folks. So if we're going to connect with people, we connect with people through, one way is through their problems, is through what they need, is through what their challenge is. A is annoyance. And I'm gonna say annoyance and problems, which, by the way, I did the opposite. What I actually explained was annoyance and problems when I talked about the problems, but just realize needs and goals is what they want to achieve, and annoyance and problems is what I just explained, right? So that's exactly what I explained. And for the needs is goals, let me just kind of go back, since I kind of flip-flopped it a little bit, is that your goals is what they want to achieve. Who here wants to have a better life? Who here, wants to sleep at night? Who here wants to, make their first 10 grand a month? That's goals. And then annoyances was keeping you up. So how I like to think about annoyance and problems is it could be short-term problems, long-term problems. Right. A lot of the things we even talk about inside of when we're doing consultation calls, when you really think about it. Okay, well, what's the short-term problem that they're going through? Okay, well, the long-term problem is they don't want to. I had a call today with a lady, and she said one of the biggest things is, for me, is I don't want to leave this earth with regret. I don't want to leave this earth not really feeling like I lived my purpose. Now, this is what we all love right here. T is to teach. Teach. That is where you teach your principles. This is where you get a chance to teach everybody what you know. Teach not everything you know, but usually you give 3 to 5 principles. Teach them 3 to 5 principles. Right? This is where you teach them your actual, right? This doesn't require much explaining. These are What I would say in terms of teach is you have inside of your playbook the principles. Take what are your 3 core. You can either take 3 out of the top principles, or you can take all of your principles and you can create 3 groups out of that.